All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the ECAC Sweet 16 in Overwatch 2 for Post University. Tonight, they're playing Purdue Esports in this round of 16, and I am HDPhilly B, your friendly neighborhood caster, and I'll be walking you through what is going on here tonight. There's definitely been some server issues right now for Blizzard, so the players have been kind of scrambling to hop in the server. There's been queues to be logged in, so we're having a little bit of delay there, but it looks like the folks from both sides, both Post and Purdue, that's going to be a doozy to say throughout this, have been logging into the server. So it looks like we're waiting on maybe one or two more folks before we can head into it. But that gives us some time to recap, sort of like a good anime, about what has happened over the last couple of weeks. When last we met during our Week 7 match in the ECAC, that was versus Long Island University, Post excelled in all areas of the battle and had a victory in the bag. Now, it's a different beast. It's the playoffs. Only the best of the best move on, and the rest go home. Post is at 6-1 currently versus Purdue at 7-2. So this is basically as close as it gets. We do have a little tournament graphic here for you as I pop that up on the screen so we can see where Post lies. Because of their record, they were able to actually have a bye through their first couple of, or for their first round of the playoffs. Purdue, on the other hand, had to beat out BSE in that first round. They were able to do so. Now they're making their way through the tournament. I think their basketball team, I don't know, I think they're out right now. Chat, let me know if they're still playing basketball or not. My bracket was busted weeks ago, so I haven't checked on it since. But there's a lot to be said here. We know how proficient this squad is. The likes of SpeedyRogue and MultiKel and Moridin, right? There's so many great players on this squad. And so they've been working well together throughout the season. And, you know, their team is playing through a number of different conferences. They're playing in the ECAC, which is a national conference. They're playing in the CACC, which is our regional conference, right? They're playing in the NECC, which is another national conference. Speaking of the NECC, Post put together a quick 3-0 victory over the U.S. Naval Academy in the quarterfinals in that tournament. So they're going to be looking to keep that momentum going forward into the ECAC tonight. So it looks like we are still getting some of the folks in here, but that gives us some opportunity to go over the map types. The first one we will go to is Control, and then we will go to Hybrid, Push, Flashpoint, and Escort. So those will be our map types should we need all 5, but if I know Post University, they're pretty good about taking it in 3. Let's keep our fingers crossed to see if they do the same. But Purdue has a little bit of that momentum on their side right now after playing that first match. Sometimes it's good to have a break so you can kind of study who your opponent is, but sometimes it's not, because you might lose a little bit of that adrenaline, a little bit of that aggression, you know, if you have that week off where maybe you're not playing. Fortunately, because they're in all these other leagues, their rust has not been able to be accrued upon them, right? So they're going to be fresh, I think, for this one. Looks like they're just getting a few more subs in and out. But in terms of Post University, I think we're going to have our tried and true starting lineup. We'll see Krystal there. She is on the DPS, has been playing a lot of Torbjorn recently. We'll see MultiKel. They will be on Rhine, Ram, Zarya, whatever they think might be best for the situation. Probably not the Malga we've seen in the patch, not the one that made all the craziness in the not so normal Overwatch, but the normal standard stuff that came out on March 25th. Kind of nerfed Malga a decent amount, right? The Cardiac Overdrive not as good, Ultimate not as good, right? A lot of like cooldowns and things like that. So not maybe seen on Control as much anymore. Might be electing to go for some of these other tanks. We will see. I'm also seeing the likes of SpeedyRogue. We know how good he is on the support role. Might be going for that Lucio, Kiriko, Juno, Ana, you know, the works right now. And then Pize. She is currently in on support here tonight. We still have a couple of folks on the bench as well. If I can get the scroll working. Yep. King Jackson on support, been primarily playing Lucio, and Jojo as well. She's been on the Kiriko primarily. So those two supports, they were in for the NECC match the other day. Now they're taking the bench role and allowing the other two supports to jump in. So there's a lot of folks on the team, but they all really mesh well together. And so that makes for a very dangerous squad, knowing that whatever 5 you put in can really put the hurting on anybody you look at. I mean, that's definitely a scary thing to face, especially if you're Purdue on the other side. They're still looking at a couple of their members as well. We have Online 24/7. That's a fantastic name. Phil B. I'm also Phil B. So, I've got to appreciate that. And then Chainless One. You never know because there's no slashes or hyphens, so you never know where to put the enunciation. But this will be Chainless One. Then we have Parlay, and then we have Cook. I believe that is what that name is to be. Still, the servers, like we were talking about, I even had a tough time logging in to Battle.net and then into the servers itself. So the players are kind of discussing, would it be in match fairness to have this game tonight? So let's hope. I mean, I'm always down for some good Overwatch, but we will see. We're thanking Esports, Post to You Esports, for rating us with 7 party members. Party members, welcome to the Sweet 16 of the ECAC Overwatch 2 tournament. I believe y'all just came from Rocket League, if I'm not mistaken. I hope that one was a good one. Definitely gets that adrenaline pumping for sure. But right now, folks, the servers are facing some issues. Right now, though, looks like they are saying they think we're okay to play. If we have some DCs or anything like that, we'll go for a pause. And like we talked about, we have subs abound, at least on the post side. So if anybody does have to drop or things like that, we can slot some folks in. The one thing with post roster is that we have a lot of supports, not necessarily having DPS mains, right? Can you slot someone into the DPS role? Sure. Are they going to have the same game sense? Maybe not, right? They might be a little bit slow on the draw, might not make the right positions. But if you're a support player, you kind of know how to facilitate your DPS. So if you transition to that role, you should know where your lines of sights are, things of that nature to keep yourself alive. So hopefully they can make that transition. It looks like we are ready to go, and we are going to slot right into the game here. Lijiang Tower, and I will put the sound back on. So there we go. I remember to do that this time as well. Fantastic. Waiting in the lobby here for the different folks. Alright, just double checking my screen.
Initiating match.
Fantastic. Just because I was streaming Marvel Rivals on Friday for Post University and my screen was a little bit cut off. It was too wide. So definitely want to double check that, making sure it's looking all good for you folks at home. Also upgraded my RAM, so we should be processing pretty nicely here. So we're taking a look at the nice Lijiang Tower, seeing what Phil B and the gang are up to. So then we switch back to our beloved Post University. Okay, and a little bit of switch up here. I mean, nothing new. Moridin can definitely play. Uh-oh. As he immediately gets dropped. This is something that we were afraid of, and the pause will come through. That's exactly what we were talking about right at the top of the program there, folks, is as Moridin, where it was having a little bit of an issue with their connectivity. So I think Post, just to keep the integrity good, not have to reschedule, find another time, because trust me, and you all know at home, Finding a reschedule time is the biggest pain in the butt. So if we're all here to play right now, today, let's get it done. Let's get this match going. So we will hopefully get another member in if possible. If we need to go back to the lobby screen, we certainly can. But Lijiang Tower was the map selected by these squads, the control map as we know. I always like starting out with control just because it is a good way to kind of loosen up the fingers, right? Really get you going because it's team deathmatch. Yes, there's an objective. You want to play for the point. There's tactics around that. How do you toggle it? You know, things, whatever. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the main objective is to eliminate the other team members so you can stay on the point and accrue that percentage. So that is definitely what you want to do here. We're seeing what both of the... Uh-oh.
4, 3,
Okay, looks like Moridin is back,
round 1. Capture.
which is fantastic. And we will follow them right now here on the Torbjorn. Torbjorn has seen a lot of play in Overwatch over the last couple months, and immediately on the point they go. It's Krystal there, being able to teleport them. MultiKel, we know that they were on the ram, and that's exactly where they want to be. Philby, extremely low there, but is able to get a shuriken right through the gap and takes down Pize. That's a good amount of healing gone. It's going to be up to SpeedyRogue to deadlift here in terms of that healing. Always forget to switch when somebody gets eliminated, so I apologize for that. Still getting the hang of this observation. MultiKel running some folks down there. Really holding the point, and it is Post who is able to cap first here. The side of Purdue, they were good in terms of putting in a lot of that spam damage, but securing the kills, trying to aggress onto the point as one cohesive unit. They weren't able to get it done. Now Krystal and the gang, they're able to put the turrets up, right? They're going for full build comp here. They're doing a really good job of holding this. Oh my gosh, the nanobot's just eating away at online 24/7. And it is the Hazard who's trying to make his way onto the point, but it is the Nemesis form, the Pummel, just berating people out here, the Ravenous Vortex, to keep Chainless One in place. He's actually being chained to the ground now and taken down. A clean team fight win here for the side of Post University. Now they're able to take a forward advantage here is Post University, so that way they can, get at this choke. Make sure that, nobody gets through without taking some shots to the face, first and foremost. And that's a good use of the jagged wall there from Chainless One. I mean, you want to get rid of that turret as quickly as you can, because that's a lot of damage. And immediately back on the point using the teleporter. They don't care if it gets blown up. They're able to move back and whittle time off the clock. Now, MultiKel, we're going to take a look at them. See what kind of perk they go for. Oh, so many rushes now out here from SpeedyRogue. He is beefing everybody up with the Make It Rain here in combination with Cook. Not using the Dragon Blade just yet, but still tall and full health. MultiKel stands. He needs one more punch onto the Cybernetic Ninja. He finds it. A click. Well done. Chainless One decides to go take a dip, knowing that his team needs a full reset, but will they have the time to touch? I mean, the Molten Core is online, so if they find anybody, there it is, laid right down flat. No way they're going to get through this choke. The overtime wick is burning. One member is on the points. It's not the Chainless One. Now here's the Dragon Blade, but the Ravenous Vortex sucks the ninja in and doesn't let him go. Round 1, easy here for Post University.
Score 1-0.
Odium, good to see you, my friend. Yes, the Blizzard servers have been acting up all day. I was trying to get some matches in myself. Wasn't able to do so for a good majority of the day. I'm playing that other hero shooter, which is, in my opinion, not as good. But still out there if you need that itch to be scratched. So far, Krystal and Moridin now switching spots in terms of the DPS role. The character is still the same, but now they're keeping the team guessing in terms of the playstyle. Maybe they have a little bit of a different way they like to go about it, but still MultiKel looking excellent on this Romacha. I don't believe died a single time there throughout that entire engagement. That's forcing the Chainless One to switch over to the Robot Monk as well. Or the leader of Null Sector, whatever you want to call him. He's getting bursted down the pummel. Switch there to finish him off. Now he can just run into the back line. Taking a little bit of a nap is MultiKel just to rest up to annihilate the rest of the team. Krystal getting in on the kill feed as well. Cook trades in one, but not really enough to get anything done as the point will start to accrue. They're looking out for this rogue venture here, but he's going to be slinking away back to the rest of his team. Moridin now switching over to the Reaper. I like the Reaper on this map. Is able to get up to that high ground pretty nicely there. Can cover some of these flanks, right? We're going to switch back to our favorite tank. That's where you always want to go. Take some space. Switches to Pummel immediately. Gets in a couple of shots here. He's looking out for one, member that's been split off from the flock, so to speak. That's what the Eagles look for. It's Cook, though, who finds Krystal in the backline and goes right toward the turret. That's exactly what the Venture wants to do, but he's not able to save himself, and it is the DPS line able to get some work done here. MultiKel just on a rampage. Nobody can stop this robot. He is punching like the best of them. Yeah, you can't understate though SpeedyRogue and Pize constantly in the kill feed, as well as the supports with the assist after assist. Really getting those ultimates online. MultiKel and Moridin. Oh, a nice shuriken from downtown. Hits the noggin there. It's that turret though. It's putting in a lot of that poke damage. Chainless one has to be careful. He uses the block effectively to get out of dodge that time. Let's see, taking a perspective here from the side of Purdue University. How are they going to make it through this choke as the spam damage is just raining upon them? Cooldown after cooldown being used here. Switching over to the chainless one. He's going through the tiny room here. We'll switch it back to our favorite guy right here, MultiKel. He just takes the brunt of that Deadeye to the chest. And that's exactly what a tank wants to do. Absorb the damage and annihilation battle between both of these squads. MultiKel going really low as he was painted in purple, but the SpeedyRogue keeps him alive for just now, but I think Cook will finish it off. And there it goes, a wipe there of the Eagles, and at the last dying ember of the match, able to turn it here from the side of Purdue. That's okay. If you're the side of the Eagles, you'll take that. I mean, going into this fight, you have 3 more ultimates. The ultimate economy rotation has been excellent for the side of Post University. They know they're going to just do a little spam damage, get some of those percents online, just press alt dump. You're not saving it for the next round. You got to win this one outright. Here's the orbital ray. They're focusing down the chainless one. He can't block through all that damage, and now just steamrolling through. It's just kill after kill. Just the Venture remains. You know how shifty they can be, but the flip comes through. Molten Core might just be used in celebration here. The fireworks let, and Post University emphatically take map number 1. And that was a really intelligent play there in the last 2 engagements, right? The first engagement, yes, Post lost, but they forced out a ton of ultimates. For example, the Tectonic Shock, right? Cook had to do it to win the round. Look at him coming up the top rope here. Slams right in. It's the burrow and the drill. Well done. Maybe it was overkill. I think the fight was kind of already won. He should have saved that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. That would have helped. Oh, go first. Sorry, I will go first person. Thank you. Been playing too much of that other one, I think. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, maybe should have saved that ultimate. Don't know how much it would have saved or kept them in it against an orbital ray. We still know how impactful that ultimate is. But still, that ultimate economy, they were used 2 in exchange for 3, and then they still had 3 in the bank. So now they were able to win that one outright pretty easily, especially with Molten Core and the Death Blossom. And they're just very impactful in the way that they create space, keep people spread out, mix up communications, then you can pick people off one by one, and that's exactly what they did. So well done there from Post. They go up in the series, which reminds me that I can change my scoreboard here. Yes, they have. Really play Cal. Okay, looks like Purdue will be going for a sub. Pize will be taking a seat, and Jojo will be coming in. Jojo, very good on the Kiriko, so might allow SpeedyRogue to change it up, go for a different character, right? Maybe the Ana, something like that. They can be a little bit sneaky, a little bit shifty, or maybe the Lucio. They are SpeedyRogue after all, right? So only time will tell. The players are figuring out what map they would like to go to. We know it will be hybrid, at the very least. Haven't seen a tie in a really long time. And normally when I see a tie, or when I say I haven't seen a tie is coming. I don't know if it's going to necessarily come to fruition in this match here, but you never know. Always down for some quote-unquote free Overwatch, as they say. We did get off to a little bit of a rocky start, right, with that disconnect there, but Moridin able to get themselves back online. Deadly Drew, I agree. I wonder, if you are Mountain Drew, let me know in chat, because you were playing really well the last time I casted you, so definitely need to know if that's your alt account or not. I believe it's this screen. There we go. Just taking a look at the bracket once again. Post University versus Purdue down at the bottom. Yeah, really play. I'll switch it to first person. That's my bad. But I want to point out that Caldwell University, that's another member of our regional conference, the CACC. They have made it into the Sweet 16. They actually beat my alma mater at the University of Delaware to get into this spot. I'm also seeing Wilson College out there, our Rocket League team for Wilmington University, which is where I work and coach. Just played them in Rocket League yesterday for ECAC. Unfortunately, we fell to them. They're a really good school, so let's see what their Overwatch team has in store. It looks like Midtown will be our next location here for our hybrid map. The crews are picking what side. But yeah, so a lot of good teams here in this bracket. So Post will have their work cut out for them as they make their way from the Sweet 16 all the way to hopefully the championship. Got to shout out, our head coach, our coordinator, Denny there for making the bracket here for us. Looks like we'll have just more adjustments here in between the matches. It's always pertinent for these players to kind of really come up with the best strategy, the best composition that they can. Right now, Purdue, after that first match, maybe scrambling a little bit. They're trying to swap some roles up. Philby will be going into the tank role, and the Chainless one will be moving to support. So let's see if maybe there's something here. Maybe Philby's got an Orisa in the bank or something like that can really hold down this choke. Though Moridin, disconnected once again, reconnected. So we're waiting for them to get back in, and so they have. The captain for the other side, maybe not the most patience in the world, but I can understand, right? Between every game, you have to wait for someone to reconnect, disconnect, pause every game. That kind of takes you out of the zone, out of your focus, right? This is still a sport at the end of the day, so you still have to be able to be dialed in. At the end of the day, got to be dialed in with those pauses and disruptions. There it is. Going to the stream. Hello.
Initiating match.
The nice skies of Midtown. I wonder if they have a price here on this parking garage. Are there any cars? There's cars in there. Let's see what the players do. Industrial maintenance supplies. I wonder what parking garage has a little cafe in it, I guess. I guess you see vending machines from time to time. Washing machines as well. Alright, there's that first person view for you, team. I was kind of liking the third person perspective. I could see more of the map, actually. But for the viewers at home, I guess it makes more sense. This is what we're used to seeing when we play. Thank you, Odium. Yes, the score is up at the top of the screen there. In the top right, Post 1, Purdue, nothing so far. This is best of 5, first to 3, however you want to cut it.
I'm glad to hear she hasn't changed.
I'm going to adjust the sound just a little bit more there. Alright, here we go. Let's see how Krystal sets up this one. This time taking a nice little angle. Moridin, I've seen them play on the May before. They did that in the NECC matchup that they had a couple days ago. Nice coordinated retreat there. It's Cook once again on the venture, but now switch up online 24/7. Going for the Sombra. Oh, a nice use of the Vortex there to prevent Cook from escaping, but he's able to do so this time. The Ice Wall, though, expended here at the top. Now they've corralled him into this subway, and it's Moridin who has left the game. And pause has been initiated once more. I feel like, you know, as much sportsmanship as Purdue can have, I think they won't let this one go lightly. They might ask for a true sub to just be put in. Nothing yet from the chat. Just wanted to see what they're looking at here, the chat. Hopefully Moridin can just hop in, hop out, and get it done. You know, if it's a full hold for post, that'll help in terms of the connectivity issues and working through this one. Thank you for your patience for the side of Purdue esports. Definitely means a lot to allow us to get the best squad we can out there. Moridin now back in here on the ecologist, but it looks like that pause killed the momentum of the Eagles here. Enough members go down left and right. Now it's just the side of MultiKel. He's going to be running for his life. I think Purdue, they'll take that. They got the advantage on that time. The virus is clean from the side of online 24/7. Can Post get a touch off of this? I don't know. With the Nemesis form expended, I don't think they're going to be able to get a touch on that. They're going to let that one go here for now. An unfortunate disconnect, but a known problem facing our squad members here. A Winston switch from the side of Philby, going for a little bit of that full dive composition. Burrow into the back, makes the Suzu go out. Oh, a couple of shurikens. Can SpeedyRogue survive? No. Cook kidnaps him there. We switch over to Moridin, one of the final members standing. The dive has been clean here from the side of Purdue esports. They have to do something to keep this Winston at bay. Did get a little bit of a nerf there. His ultimate takes a little bit more to accrue. Online 24/7, excuse me, just being a nuisance in the backline. The annihilation here expended from MultiKel. He is the last surviving member. He's going to try to take somebody down with him, but unable to do so now. Purdue, or Post, has been split up. They need to regroup here before they can re-engage. I don't know, Moridin, instead of the May, maybe going for that Reaper, putting a lot of that pressure onto the Winston might be useful here. Looks like MultiKel will go for the Zarya. We know he has that in their back pocket. The torpedoes expended here, just to try to get a little bit of extra healing, even though folks might not have needed it, so it's like preemptive lock-on play. Going for the familiar torpedoes perk easily here. Oh, a nice EMP. I think that takes the torpedoes out of the sky. It's coupled with the sound barrier, and that goes. Krystal is going down. Let's see if MultiKel can hold that front line and take the space. They're finding the hacker there. Uh-oh, the tectonic shock can really do instant damage with no shield in front. They'll be diving into the back line, taking down Jojo. There was nothing they could do. The Kitsune Rush expended here. Maybe just as a dying breath from the side of SpeedyRogue. He does go down. Post doing everything they can, their darndest to keep this cart from rolling, but it does move through. Philby, the switch to the tank has been proven fruitful for him so far. There it is, a dive onto the backline. Immediately we know that Winston fights against the Sombra time and time again, but Post, they just haven't been grouping up as 5. They really need to take a breath. It's okay, third point, you know you can hold this. Group up as 5, find the right engage. Krystal now switching over to the Sojourn here. Cook doing a really good job of just making Post look the other way. See the side of Parlay. Oh my goodness, a timely intervention there. Gets a good shuriken on a Moridin. Here's the orbital ray though. from the side of our Eagles. Let's see what they do with it. That's going to put in a lot of damage, but not enough charge here really yet for MultiKel. They have to get a little bit more on there to be effective now. They're buzzing a little bit, but still the Primal Rage just keeping the Winston alive. Here's the Chainless one switching over to the Lucio. No way Cook tries to go for this. They has to be punished for this transgression, but it's the side of Online 24/7 who takes the brunt of that damage, but still Cook being able to weave Bob in and out of the back line, playing front to back really well. The cart keeps moving. They gotta lock this little excavator down here. Just waiting for the right time, but there's not enough charge yet on the bank. It's like, who are you gonna bubble here? Moridin maybe taking a little bit of the front line now. It's the Graviton Surge expended, but that immediately the Chainless one puts out the sound barrier. Here is the Blizzard, the Snowball. He gets bodied into it and taken down. Ultimates galore here from every which way, and it's a team wipe. No one even to look at as the cart with 3 minutes on the clock and 3 points on the board here. Purdue fights back.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Okay, the defense just a little bit in shambles there after the restart
Initiating
from Moridin coming back in. And that happens on these hybrid and escort maps where you just seem to never find your footing sometimes. Once you lose a couple team fights, you're down in the ultimate economy. And then you're like, well, how can we find our footing again? Where can we stabilize? And you really have to come up clutch with maybe a good ultimate or something like that. I appreciate the Zarya switch, but I think it was hard. Who were they going to bubble, right? I think Moridin needed to switch to the Reaper earlier. You bubble the Reaper as they go in on the Winston. He gets a couple shots, make him play scared, and then, you know, go from there, see what you can get. The backline wasn't really harassed at all. Parlay and Chainless one being able to do whatever they dang well pleased in that first round. So it's going to be up to post-university. They've made some adjustments. Moridin once again has disconnected. I wonder how many pauses are allowed here in the ECAC. Can't be disconnecting and reconnecting every round. MultiKel going for the Junker Queen here. I kind of like it, you know, move into the Winston, right? If he dives, brawl on him, hit him, right? Slash him, hack him up, make him bleed a little bit. The thing with Winston is you have to make him nervous. You have to make him feel like he can't jump on you. Or if he jumps on you, he can't stick around long enough to put the damage in that he needs. So maybe this is how they will get it done. Krystal, maybe sticking on the Symmetra for now. I mean, you don't really see a Symmetra out the gate here on hybrid maps. Because there's no reason to put the teleporter out there, but you never know. Might be going for that. Could be using it to kind of burn the bubble shield from the Winston and then go. But I mean, Cook just been doing a really good job. It's been hard to track him with the laser beam.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
See, we do see Cook in the left-hand corner there. Might be using the teleporter for, you know, to switch up, kind of turn the map on them. But we'll see. Krystal kind of leading the charge, puts the teleporter in, can't get into the teleporter in time. There they go. The rest of the team is out with them. We'll look at MultiKel, but can they survive the onslaught? I mean, they all made it through, but no, as Krystal goes down, another headshot there. A couple members low. They're looking at it. There it is. MultiKel with the kill. Protecting the back line, he goes, but now it's time for the Winston to jump through, and he does so effectively. Has the Jagged Blade in him, but it gets returned now. Philby being the bodyguard here. Moridin trying to get to the health pack. No, sidesteps it the other way. The lifesteal trying to keep him alive. He was one step away from getting that health pack online. Philby just doing a little bit of janitorial duty, just taking down those turrets. My goodness. I love the rotation there from Post Esports, but once they got into that room, they read it quickly, the side of Purdue, and then they were able to, you know, pick them apart. So Purdue finding their footing now here in map number 2. Here's Cook. This is a bold play, courageous play from there. Just kind of scouting out maybe a little bit. We'll see if he actually has the seismic perk. No perk yet online for him. Moridin getting a little bit of that speed boost. Jojo switching over, and it is the Carnage slicing through, but the Deadeye even better. Gets one, but does even more damage. Krystal falls once again. Purdue really stepping up here. Moridin, maybe it's a little bit of that lag itch. You can't track as, you know, best as he can. He's going back with MultiKel left on his lonesome. He gets eliminated. Another push thwarted here for the side of post. This is the patience that we want to see. Everybody grouping up as 5. A couple ultimates now coming online here, but multiple ultimates on the other end. I mean, you go for the rampage, but, you know, the sound barrier is there to count it. And you have Tectonic Shock, there's nothing really to block that. You know, you don't have the photon barrier from Krystal or anything that you can hide into. The chop, no. Online 24/7, he's online 24/7. He dodged that one. Definitely the sound barrier does come through. The Kitsune rush as well, and MultiKel can't even press his buttons before he goes down. It's another wipe for the side of Post University. They do take one with them. I like the way that they're changing the pace of play, but now finding the targets that they need to. They do take the sound barrier off the board, and I think that that is maybe the silver lining here, because that leaves this rampage to be open. It's going to have to be a massive one for the side of MultiKel. The rampage, no! Oh, they couldn't finish the Wintus. Here it is! 4 members with the purple on them. Oh, the Suzu only connects onto 1. They have to start picking folks apart now. We're going to go to Moridin and see if he can get something done. The Death Blossom is in his back pocket. He needs a little bit of healing before he lets it fly. It's going to be do or die here for the Reaper. Oh, no! Philby shocks him and shocks the world as Post once again. Not able to get a single tick here on Midtown. This was the pick, though, for Purdue University, or Purdue Esports, rather. So they had a strategy here, especially with moving Philby onto the Winston in the tank position. Krystal's been working up to this photon barrier, but I mean, it's not the most impactful ultimate in the world, especially, you know, with nothing online. She's going dangerously low there. There is the orbital ray. They're playing into that. The high noon expended, saving the rest of the team is Krystal. Did have some impact there, some value. Jojo, though, not able to rotate with the rest of the team. They get taken down. That's the attack that we were looking for, excuse me. At the final moments of the match, the members are trickling through. There are turrets on the point. Cook, though, puts out the Tectonic Shock. Dodging and weaving. Moridin, I think you have to let it fly, brother. No! Holding on to that Death Blossom with his whole life. And no one's able to touch there for Post University. And Purdue, they turn it around here in map number 2. They tied up 1-1. Moridin, I think there are 2 engagements. Sometimes it's perfection is the enemy of the good, right? If you're waiting for the perfect Death Blossom, then it's never going to come. You're never going to get any value of it. I know I'm a subject to that every single time. Here's a big excavation right under the cart. That's like, you know, doing the hammer down, right? The Earth Shatter from Reinhardt. All right, folks, we have a match on our hands. We said that as you get deeper into this tournament, you're only going to fight the best of the best. Purdue, they took 1 punch, 2 punch, got jostled around. They're like, wait a second, we've got a game to play. Now they're starting to hit back. So we will change up the score line here. We are now at 1-1 as we file that up. Great round in chat by all. So now it'll be Post's turn to pick as we head into push. I really like push. Out of all the new game modes they introduced, you know, they got Flashpoint and Clash and all that jazz. Push I really like. It really did. Their vision really came through, at least for me, right? I like the way the robot moves. There's the checkpoints and everything. And there's some flow chart to it, right? You know, at some point, if you get the bot to a certain level, you know you're going to have to win 3 or 4 fights to get him back. And I know a lot of people think that's imbalanced and things like that, but you should never get to that point, right? If it's getting to that point, yeah, you've done something wrong, or the other team just played really well. So we will see now what Post decides to do in terms of the map pick here. For now, no substitutions just yet. I'm looking for the Eagles to strategize a little bit of how to take this scientist down. He's been a menace here, just beating away, zapping people, right? And I can't fault Chainless One being able to move over to the support role, play Lucio, had good ultimates, right? Didn't Ajax or anything, was able to, you know, counter when they needed to. in terms of graviton surges and responding to Kitsune rushes and things like that. I mean, it's a rule of thumb as you play support. If there's a support ultimate that comes down, sometimes you want to counter that with your own support ultimate, depending on what it is, right? Or if a big rampage comes through, you want to save sound barrier for it, things like that. These are things that players study in terms of matchups, right? Something that I coach my students on is recognizing and analyzing the other team's composition. What do they want to do to you? It's not always necessarily what I want to do to them, because if you can figure out what they want to do to you, you can figure out how to counter it, right? So definitely some head games, things of that psychology, right? I'm sure everyone's taken Psych 101 or something like it in their classes so far. Looks like we have a quick bio break for some of the team members, but Colosseo has been picked as our push map. One of my favorite push maps. Probably because I was born in Italy, born in Rome, right by the Colosseum, as a matter of fact. So there's a little fun trivia for you for the folks at home. So was always happy to see an Italian map. I know they had Rialto. I was never really a fan of Rialto when it came out. Always got booped off the bridge in the beginning, and the bridge after point one, things like that. So Colosseo, definitely appreciate that a little bit more. Take a look at the bracket here. I know Albany College is a good squad. St. Joe's a good squad as well. Seen them play. Roger Williams too. Those are big names that you see in the Rocket League scene and some other places as well. So definitely some good competition here in the ECAC. That's why we love it. They're in Group C. There's multiple groups. That's how national, how big the ECAC is. There's Titan Division, then there's A, B, C, D, and things like that. And then they group schools by rankings and things of that nature. So definitely a lot of things to look out for. Let's see what's going on. Looks like Moridin might be taking a bench spot. No, they are staying in it. They just have logged out and logged back in. They are really having some issues. So far so good. Everybody else in the lobby seemed to be all right. I'd like to see maybe a switch up here from Krystal as well. The Symmetra, for me, not getting all the value in the worlds. I can understand where, especially on point one of Midtown can be good. You put the turrets behind the bus or up on the bridge where, wherever. But, I mean, with the way that Cook has been playing on the Venture, just really be able to dive individual characters and basically, bursting them down 100 to 0, right? Symmetra doesn't really like when folks jump right in her grill. She wants to keep people at kind of mid-range. So, Cook doing a really good job of recognizing matchups and, winning them outright. So we'll see. Maybe Krystal will make an adjustment. They did posture on the Sojourn for a second. I know Sojourn got a little bit of nerf there in the March 25 patch, right? Some increased cooldowns to her slide and things like that. But, I mean, still extremely powerful in terms of DPS. Yo, Slap Pizza. Good to see you, friend. Thanks for joining here tonight. I promise, Slap, I know you were with me on Friday for the Marvel Rivals. I promise you this stream is much cleaner than it was on Friday. I was so embarrassed after that. I was like, I cannot do this again to the post community. So went and bought some, 32 gigs of RAM. Figured out how to install that. Did that over the weekend, and we are cooking with gas now. Okay, looks like we are gonna hop into it here. There it is. I mean, I even have a sticky note that has my different different hotkeys, but all right. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, chat. Galleria Imperiale. What does that mean? The Imperial Gallery. So, if you're ever wondering what that is, Coliseum's definitely been refurbished in this timeline for sure. We'll see what these folks are going to be chalking up here.
Ready for battle.
Okay. Heading over to Post University. This has been a tried and true composition for them. I don't know. I still like the Reaper pick. Even though they don't know what they're gonna face, right? But you have to assume with just how good that hold was for the side of Purdue Esports that they're gonna keep Philby on the Winston. So I'm having trouble here with the Mei. I know Mei can, the ice schools can be really good, and she has some really good potential there, good team fight, ultimate, etc. But oh, sorry. First person view before the chat flames mute. There it is. Krystal getting an elimination right out of the gates. That's exactly what we wanted to see from her into this one, getting their feet immediately bloody. And there are the pummels. Oh, so lethal from the side of MultiKel. Winston diving in. The Vortex keeping him in place. Couldn't jump out of that one. And a great team fight win here for the side of the Eagles. This has really been a tug of war so far in this match. It was off the back of Krystal's pick right at the beginning there on Parlay. Normally Parlay is the one, coming to the middle and getting some damage in, but that time stepping a little too far out of bounds. Online, a switch is immediately switching over to the Sombra. Chainless one, he's diving into the backline on his lonesome, but that turns some heads and allows Online 24/7 to get the damage that he needs, and he takes down one. Moridin now has to heal themselves up with the Icicle. They're looking to focus Philby, and they do. Now it's where do they find this Sombra? Oh, in the grave apparently. Yep, there she goes. Sombra. Chat, I'm pretty sure you all know, we all know the feelings on Sombra. Such a terrible character. Just ruins the game, at least for me. But for now, let's see what Online 24/7 gets done with it. Really close to death there is Philby. He has to jump to the back for his supports, and that's exactly what we were talking about in between matches. Make the Winston scared. Make him not want to jump into you. Nice shield and almost, I believe, actually to the checkpoint. Post has gotten just in this first push alone. The annihilation online here for MultiKel. Not alive enough to use it though. And that is okay, because a great push there for the side of Post University. They're going to want that annihilation back. They can win this fight in the neutral main here. Krystal getting their turret taken down right away, but the dive comes through from Philby, and he just gets bursted into oblivion. Nothing he could do. That's a huge bulk of healing going down. Cook expended all of their cooldowns as well. Good recognition from the side of Post University. Excuse me, the checkpoint was not reached. I think they were, what, 0.2 meters off or whatever it is. Really close, but not a single ultimate expended there from the side of the Eagles. That's really well done from them to just win it outright in the neutral, and that's recognizing what Philby wants to do there. He wants to just jump in, try to find an elimination, and then jump back out, but there's no cover when you're playing in the middle. Here we go, the ultimates are flying, yet excavation, the drill dozer is going through, and Cook cleans them up. But Post, once again, gonna be okay with that. They didn't expend any ultimates in that fight. They got the bot to where it needs to be, so now they have the further spawns. So they can re-engage much more quickly. They know the tectonic shot and the Consume Rush off the board there. Krystal finding the turret early once again here in the fight. MultiKel punching away. Still holding on to this annihilation. Hopefully they don't hold on to it for the next match. And under duress there, immediately another slew of ultimates let fly from the side of Purdue Esports. They expend 2 in that one to win it outright. Okay, so once again, Post didn't use any, but now the bot keeps rolling, so you gotta stem the bleeding. Gotta stem the bleeding here. I believe I'm in first person. I know I'm maybe a little bit behind, so I apologize. But I believe I switched it over there. There's the annihilation from the side of MultiKel. Finding one, finding two. Painted in purple is everybody on the side of the Oilers. They're looking now at the chainless one, trying to bolt him down, but he slinks away from that one. So many shifty characters here from the side of Purdue, but they are able to get back together again, only to be annihilated. A nice Ravenous Vortex to keep the Frog grounded. He's able to use the speed boost to great effect. He gets out of that one. The bot now in control of Post University. Oh, great anticipation. I like the placement of that Ravenous Vortex. I see MultiKel going for the increased damage on the regular fire there. The Ravenous Vortex put in, looking for the chainless one, excuse me. Another Burrow Strike coming in. They know he's going for the health pack. That's where he wants to play around. He just needs one more hit. This Suzu comes in to protect him there. Moridin, but they leave their backline alone, and SpeedyRogue, he gets pounced upon immediately. There is the tectonic shock now for the side of Cook. Oh, excuse me, there he goes. Gets a double for himself. A couple ultimates expended here for the side of Post University, but still, they move the bot a few more meters, and that's all it takes. Keep moving a few more meters. You can see how many resources Post is pushing into just finding Cook, but how shifty they can be. Oh, Philby getting really low. Has to get the sound barrier. Barely connects onto him, but now he's able to re-engage, but you don't want to re-engage into an orbital rush. Oh, the googly eyes. You saw him. He was in pain there as he was just getting pelted by those nanobots to go down for the side of Purdue. The pummel now is good. The shot to the back. The Frog takes a dip. Online 24/7, the only one to blog post about that. They survive, but the bot now back in possession here for the side of the Eagles. The bolts now here for the Torbjorn. And then the bomb detonation Ravenous Vortex, and there's Pummel, moves right into the back line. Harley got split off from his squad. He wasn't able to reconnect with them, and he gets picked off. There it goes. One by one, the dominoes fall, and now Post are on a roll. Slap some butter on them. This is their map pick after all, ladies and gentlemen, so they have some strategy going into it, but it's really on the back of MultiKel doing an extreme amount of work with these vortexes to keep people at bay. The EMP is massive, connects on the 4 members. Krystal and Moridin go down. Philby able to clean up. Just a few more members. Jojo, don't waste any more time. Make sure you get those respawns in, and there they go. Wow. Another pause. Real play, Cal. I'm with you, brother. You know, take Sombra out of the game, and the only people that would be upset would be people who play Sombra, which is only annoying people. So, look, Invis, everybody, you know, every game, if you play a MOBA, a hero shooter, whatever, people want to put an Invis character because they think it's special and it's cool. You only can put an Invis character if you have means of scouting out the Invis character. Do you have sentry wards that can look at people in invisibility, or do you have infrared sight, or whatever it might be? If you don't have that, then there's no room for an invis character in the game. That's my soapbox, folks. I'm getting off it. We're getting back into the game now as we're back from the pause. Moridin now has re-entered the match. Cook here might have the like, what is this, their 4th or 5th tectonic shock of the game? They've been putting in so much damage. Taking a look at online 24/7. Takes out the turret with the virus. They're going to be looking for the backline, excuse me. Puts in another virus there, trying to find a hack, but it's Jojo under duress. Jojo needs a peel. Jojo doesn't get it. The burrow comes through. Here is the dig site being plotted from the side of Cook, but I don't think he even think he needed it. It's these DPS working in tandem expertly. They just dismantled the Eagles. They just plucked the feathers right out of them. Holy. Alright, about 2 minutes on the clock here. I actually like this perk build now that I'm thinking about it. Oh my goodness, the nano boost. No way. He's going in for the pummels here. It's the double nano boost. There, painted in purple with the Suzu is cleansed. The Annihilation expended, but it's about to go away. Can they find Cook? Yes, they do. The Nanobots connect. They take down 3. It's just back and forth. Ultimate for ultimate exchanged here in the streets of Rome. Odium, you cracked me up, brother. EMP, it's a cool ability. I mean, I like it. It's game-changing. It's fight ultimate, you know, worthy, whatever, but man, it's annoying. Okay, online 24/7, trying to do a pincer movement once again here with the Venture, and that's okay. Post only has a minute left on the clock. They are up by 64 meters, right? They can just fight here in main and just whittle down the time. The turret, once again, being the primary focus here. The EMP does connect onto all 5 members. It's a fat one. And people are going down here for the side of the Eagles. Still, MultiKel stands. He's looking for the scientist, but Philby gets the better of him. He does pounce Moridin. Gets a swift punch to the face. Oh. But still, the fight that time goes the way of the Oilers. Moridin doing their dangest to stay alive. We know how good of a stall hero the ecologist can be. That time, working a great effect is the DPS player. Oh, a great sight there from SpeedyRogue. I didn't even see that pixel, but they were able to hit the shot. The sleep comes through on the Cook. Oh my gosh. He's splattered with the bionic grenade, and he gets taken down. A good turnaround, a good peel for the team, but Moridin has to take the brunt of the frontline work. Always love looking at supports. Now they're just going to layer the ultimates in as the overtime whip now burns. Can they freeze Philby into spot? Yes, they can. A double kill here from Moridin. The back of the DPS fired up. And they secure map number 3 here. A great win from Post University. I'm glad you liked it, Real Play. A great round indeed, and it makes sense that Cook gets another MVP. I mean, these tectonic shocks, he like 1v5 the team here. A good drill dash into the corner, and there it is. Initiating this. Nice. Almost would have got the trophy for that one, but not able to get the full wipe here. A great round between these two squads. We move on to map number 4. Alrighty. Sorry, let me switch over back to the intro screen. What's up, everybody? We are back at it. HDPhilly B, your friendly neighborhood caster here for Post Esports. Post has had a very busy season, folks, like we talked about in multiple different conferences and leagues and tournaments. Mainly the CACC, that's our regional conference with the likes of places in Delaware like myself, so Goldie Beacon, Wilmington University, and then places like Post in Rhode Island, New England area, things, Cadwell as well. This week, we played Post in Rocket League on Tuesday. They swept Wilmington University 4-0. Unfortunate for my guys, sorry, I got a band-aid on my finger. I cut myself making dinner today. Sad for the boys, but a great map nonetheless. And then tomorrow, we have Marvel Rivals. We have Wilmington University versus Post Esports. That is one you do not want to miss. I won't be casting it because I told Denny, can't cast anything that is WilMU Post crossover because it's just too much conflict of interest, right? Can't be casting against any of my players there. But when I cast for Post, I'm for them every day of the week. I love their color combination, so, you know. And they're Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan. If you're a football person out there, go Birds. I'm resisting saying go Birds as much as I can on the broadcast, considering you all the Eagles, but that's for another day. Looks like, folks, we are going to Saravasa as our 4th map. Could it be the final one? Only time will tell. Another swap of positions here for Purdue Purple. Chainless One will be going back to the tank role, and Philby will be going back to support. My dude, what's up? Welcome to the chat, friend. Saravasa, I think, is, out of the 2 Flashpoint maps, probably my favorite. I just like the architecture in this one. I feel like it's easier to navigate. you know, it's not as clunky or like there's like high levels, low levels, things like that, like the Junkertown one where you're like dropping into a pit, then you're jumping back up, you're dropping back into the pit, you know, whatever. Yeah, so definitely a good choice here. I know if you're a trophy hunter like myself, right? This is where you go to get the Iliadi trophy, where you have to heal like 8,000 healing with your pylon. Bro, it took me forever to get that one done, but it's on Flashpoint is where you have to do it, because this is the only game mode that allows you the amount of time necessary to get that much healing in with your pylon. So if you're trying to cheese it on like Escort or Hybrid or something, it's not going to work, right? Control, definitely can't do it on Control. It's got to be... What the heck? There it is. It's got to be on Flashpoint to get that trophy, or spray, at least at this point. So chat, let me know what trophy or what spray you're still hunting for. I've been trying to get the Zen one for, I don't know, since 2016, I guess. Oh, we are here in Saravasa, the beautiful falls of the Philippines. The home map of the Lifeweaver. It's always a shame that the Lifeweaver is not really a pro level kind of character. I do like playing Lifeweaver. I think his kit's kind of fun. It's kind of whimsical, and you can do some things with it, but unfortunately, just the healing output not there. Ultimate's good, but can be bursted down, so. All right. Going back to my favorite angle here, looking at the tank. Oh, sorry.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cook now on the Genji. We have yet to see that. Genji, I feel like, has received kind of buff after buff. He's going to be really shifty out here in the streets of Saravasa. So, going to have to be bolted down there. Going to have to find him out. They do spot him out this time. The Jagged Wall trying to split the team, but doesn't so this time. An aggressive use of the Nemesis form here. He's going to be looking to put in some damage. Is MultiKel. SpeedyRogue looking for a good little angle to heal the rest of his team. The bio grenade to keep Chainless One chained to the ground. They wall him off as well. Oh my gosh, the Hazard. Nothing he could do. Gets obliterated there. Deleted off the server. And the first cap will go the way of Post, but can they hold it? They have some cleaning up to do. Still a couple of members remain here. They're looking for Cook on the back line. The Shuriken's doing a lot of damage. Online 24/7, electing to go for the Cowboy. Mr. Cassidy out here. Good use of the shield. Krystal is going to have their hands full, keeping that Cybernetic Ninja at bay. He's doing really good, really well, to stay. Another sleep as the dive comes through. SpeedyRogue is on it. It's 2 for 2 on the sleep darts. He says, take a dirt nap, brother, and he goes down. Chainless One back to the spawn room doors. Oh, no. The nano boost expended, though, to keep MultiKel alive and in it. He has a few folks to bring to the grave before he goes down himself. Painted in purple is MultiKel, but he doesn't even care. He is beefed up and ready to rumble. Cook slicing through, didn't even realize Moridin was so low. Way to cover his backside there is MultiKel. He's trying to hang on to this point as much as he can. Krystal does come through for his aid. But too late as MultiKel goes down, and finally the point will flip. Here for the side of Purdue, they are wiping sweat from their brows after that one. The only disadvantage here for the side of Post is their ultimate economy is maybe a little bit in shambles as they were trying to scrape their way to keep that point and cap it over the line. I don't blame them for it because the percentage ticks up so very, very fast. Here's an Annihilation. You know it can be a fight-winning ultimate. They have to find Cook, though. Where is that little ninja hiding? Oh, trapped in a rock in a hard place between a fist and a pillar. Was the robot, the Make It Rain, was expended there by the Chainless One, and that sets up the kill. Hey, it's another wipe here. Bring out the mops and the brooms. Post University, they hold with a team kill. The Make It Rain. That is from a game called Predecessor that I also cast. This is called Downpour from the Chainless One here on Hazard. Let's see if there's one more contest here from our Eagles. They go right onto the point with the Deadeye there to create some space, and they pick out SpeedyRogue. That's the most crucial target you could have captured in that moment. The pummels do come through. They do get one, but it is just Cook. At that point, it doesn't even matter. Staying in Nemesis form as long as possible here is the side of MultiKel. He wants the nanobots to be eaten away at the flesh and bones of his rivals. The sleep dart is clean there. Blocks him into place. A little emote for the side of Chainless One. And Purdue, they flip it here for point number 1. Wow, that was a back and forth tussle between these two squads. I was actually surprised at the way that Purdue was able to hold that, actually. Their composition is maybe not really the best for holding it down. They're good at, like, maybe, you know, contesting, jumping on it, finding a pick, whatever, but holding it down, not as sturdy, but they're able to get it done. The flip side, though, I mean, the post-university composition really good at holding down the point. Maybe not as best at aggressing. So a difference in compositions there. Online 24/7, he gets spotted out there, but a few revolver shots makes Moridin think better of it. The Orbital Ray, though, a game-changing ultimate in its own right, allows MultiKel to put the team on his back, though. And he gets a triple for his troubles. First cap goes away of post-university once again.
Thanks. I've got you.
I appreciate you, Real Play Cal. Yeah, that Deadeye one was a toughie indeed. I definitely have that one in the bank for myself. Let me know in chat whenever you get it, man. Hit me up on Discord, HDPhilly B. Okay, nice nano, or biotic grenade, excuse me. And now they're aggressing upon them, going through the portal here. But not enough damage to follow up there. The heals were good. The use of architecture was good as well. The Jagged Rock to keep some people separated. The nano boost has to be expended, but it didn't go on to Cook. But it didn't even matter. Olay, a brunt of damage. Focused in on the Chainless One. He was just the bait to force everybody in. And it is Purdue, the Oilers, the Boilers. They are able to cap the point now. Percent accruing in their favor. This is exactly what happened last time for post-university. They were able to get to this 90% mark. They just need to win one more fight. They weren't able to do it. Now with a couple of ultimates on either end, it might be about a pick in the neutral that could really separate these two squads. Looks like they're using the Hyper Ring to move into position here, but they have to cover their backs and make sure they don't get picked off by that ninja. Been pelting in those shurikens. Another downpour here from the side of the Chainless One. I think it locks down a couple. A Desperation Blizzard from the side of Moridin. It's a Moridin, for the matter of fact, but the healing onto Chainless One is too focused. It's too good. MultiKel just has to run into all of the damage to get a quick trip back to spawn. Post-university might need to rethink their strategy here. Do we focus the Chainless One, or do we need to focus a different member? Maybe online 24/7 is what needs to be done, but can they touch in time? No, they cannot. And point 2 goes the way of Purdue University. Can some exit kills come through, though? Pummeling right through that rock. Crushed under the mighty fists of the leader of Null Sector. A huge biotic grenade, and it's exit kill after exit kill falls down here for the Oilers, for the Boilers. But it doesn't even matter. They don't even care. They got what they came for, and that was the point. Okay, Purdue's mascot is the Boilermakers, so. MultiKel has some fans in the chat and a well-deserved fan club indeed. This guy has been putting in a deadlift of work here throughout this series, but it's not over yet. Post-university holding it down once again. Could he go in for the annihilation? He might not need it. A nano boost, I believe. That's the double nano boost, but it is onto the Genji. And we know what the Dragon, the Nano Blade, can do, and it does just that, slicing through the competition. A team kill here for the Boilermakers. Do people even make Boilermaker? Like what is even, chat? Let me know what a Boilermaker is. Okay, whoever you are in chat, I don't even know. My chat is not asleep. Here's the Annihilation and the Nano Boost on top. Everybody running for the hills. But it is good. MultiKel with a double kill. Now the chase down. They're able to flip it off the back of the two ultimates. Maybe an expensive re-engage, but they know that's what they have to do to get onto the point. And then from there, they can hold it down with the back of Krystal and the turrets. Moridin cutting people off with the wall, etc. A wash procurement Sulkin. Get out of here, man. Random bot, not in my chat. Oh, a Deadeye. Nice shield does come up. The photon barrier has to be expended here. Not the worst use, but they didn't really know where Online 27 was coming from. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Waiting it out here. The percentage can accrue. The wall might keep him out. No, overtime. Burns here. The rally now expended from the side of Parlay. Keeping the team alive. Put to sleep here is the side of MultiKel, but he's able to rest up and get his health back. Another Ravenous Vortex to force Online 27 to a dangerous position. Slicing and dicing his way through the backline here is Cook. Can he carry? No, the pummel is good. The overtime wick will burn. Point number 3 now. Teeters the other way to post.
Next flashpoint, ruins.
Chat, gonna need you here. This has been an electric series. I am buzzing. I am bouncing. I am sweating here. I know these players are sweating too. Uh-oh. Maybe caught out a little too early. Not grouped up here were the Eagles. Not flying in a flock. They're going to have to give this first point up here. No way they can aggress onto this without all 5 members. What's dangerous here is the alt cycle rotation now has come back online for the side of Purdue. They're going to have that Nano Blade back in any moment, and the downpour as well. You get that downpour in with the blade, it's good night and good riddance. There it is, the downpour engage connects only onto one. Will they go for the blade? They might not need it. The Suzu clean just to keep Moridin alive. The ice blocks as well. And the passive, or the new perk, is taking Online down. Here's an Annihilation spent by MultiKel. They know they need to flip this point in their favor. They need to do it now. And there he goes into the drink. Cook taking a sip of that water. The flip comes through for PostU. Yeah, we do have those perks online, right? The ice block does a little bit of that extra damage, right? The snow around it as you go into it, and then the endothermic blaster, I think that's like the little extra range or pierce or whatever it is on it. I don't play DPS, unfortunately, so I don't know all those perks by heart, but I'm working on it. There it is. The snow globe does go through. Snowball finding their way into this match. They're trying to stave off the advance, but it was already too late. Cook, once again, resetting the dash as a team kill for the side of the Boilermakers. So yes, you know, the fight was won there by Purdue, but you know they had to expend their basically their fight-winning combination to do it. So an expected loss. It's just now how do Post University make their way back onto this point? This could be a good spot for the Kitsune Rush, and it's MultiKel with another elimination. Now they're focusing on to the chainless one. Here's that photon barrier to try to keep some of that damage from coming through, but it doesn't even matter as Cook jumps onto the back line. He takes down everybody. Olay. This is game, set, and match. It's the final point, folks. I can't even believe it. Jumping onto the point is Krystal to try to proc the overtime, but she was too early. A celebration Deadeye in our series is going the distance. It's 2-2. Odium, I appreciate your astute analysis of the English language. Somebody give this guy an A in English 101. I mean, Cook, the absolute MVP. I mean, it makes sense. Oops. Whew. Sweating after that one, folks. We are going to game number 5 here in the ECAC Sweet 16 match between Post University and Purdue Esports. I'm, of course, your friendly neighborhood caster, HDPhilly B. Peep it right down here. You can follow me on socials. I got Blue Sky, I got Instagram, I got Twitter, I got Discord, I got a YouTube. You can use it. If you want my website, you can have that as well. But right now, what you need to be having is some snacks and some drinks, because this one has gone the distance. Fortunately for Post, it is their map pick. Do they have something in the pocket for an escort match? Let's see. It seemed really good for Post in that match. They were able to lock down the chainless one, right? For a good amount of those first couple of points. But then something switched. They were not focusing fire, or there was an adjustment made there by Purdue, and they were able to, they were like, oh, chainless one is under duress constantly. We need to just pump everything we have, every cooldown to keep him alive. When every resource is gone and expended, then we know they have nothing left in the tank. Then we just run at them, and we have some resources left, and it's a resource battle at that point. Can I keep my tank alive longer than you can? And at that point, they were able to do so. The spiky guard coming through. We were having a water break here for both of our squads, which makes sense. I mean, we've been playing for how long now? It's 9:16. So actually about an hour, so not too bad. But still, I mean, these matches have been quick and fierce between these two squads. Rialto is where we will be going next. 2 Italian maps here for our series. Let's see. Last time, Midtown went the way of Purdue University. Now, a hybrid, obviously, so you just have to cap the point first, and then you push the card along. But, Escort still has some of those same elements. I, for one, if you allow me to get on my soapbox once again here, chat, really appreciate hybrid and escort maps the most, because I feel like there's a lot of tactics there, because you can set up, you can play corners and things like that, right? It's not just like we're running here and we're fighting, we're running there and fighting, like in Control and in Flashpoint and in Push, right? It's really about playing tactics. Like bunker comp used to be a thing, right, back in Overwatch 1. And that was because you could use those high grounds really effectively and force people into awkward positions and use snipers and things like that. So for me, those 2 map types, I think, really bring out the core depth of what Overwatch can bring. It's not just like, okay, how do I bait out some cooldowns and how do I do this? It's like, okay, what are my tactics? How do I really put this composition together? So yes, Purdue is known for its engineering. That is very true. I guess maybe back when it was first founded, it was for Boilermakers and those types of folks. I think I can go to the tournament screen here just to take a look at the bracket once again. If you haven't seen this screen enough, here we go. Folks, I'm not a graphic artist by any means, so if you would like to make some, graphics for me or for Denny, let Denny know. If you want to make a roster graphic, I would love that. Love to bring up the roster. Definitely some good squads in here. We already pointed out Caldwell University from the CACC, our regional conference. We talked about Wilson College. Is really good in both Rocket League and in Overwatch as well. Yo, Big Spence! Welcome to the chat, my friend. Kel, another fan for you. This time brought to you by Big Spence 7331. It looks like Purdue will be attacking first. Now, what I love about Game 5s here, ladies and gentlemen, is about your endurance. I know there's a lot of back and forth. Is esports, are they real sports? Are they not? Whatever. There are definitely elements, right? And one of them is that mental endurance. I'm a soccer player. You play soccer for 90 minutes. You cannot tell me at the end of that 90 minutes you have zero attention span, zero focus left, right? And that's when mistakes happen. The best players in the world can maintain that focus, that dialed inness, right, until the very last whistle. It's the same thing in Overwatch. It's the same thing in Valorant, in any esport that you play. If it goes to Game 5, you have to have the endurance, the mental capacity, and fortitude to stay on it. You can't get tired now when the game is on the line. No changes here from either squad. The tension palpable between these two competitors. Chainless One will remain as the tank. Hazard, very good on Rialto, can get up to those high grounds quite easily. Philby moving back over to support his X Factor of the Winston. Said and done. You got it, Big Spence. Post needs to lock in right here, right now. We're heading back into it.
Initiating match.
Here we go. The gondolas of Rialto. Map based on Venice. Visit Venice while you can, folks. If Post have some study abroad opportunities, go there. At least go to Italy, and then you can visit Venice. Don't really stay in Venice. It smells really bad. The food, I mean, food in Italy anywhere is great, but Venice is not particularly known for their special eats. And it's also sinking, so, you know, get there while you can. For now, though, Post needs to get it. Moridin, again, on the May, has been a comfort pick, it seems, for him. A true dive composition coming out from the side of Purdue, which, you know, has been working for him as well. So it's like anti-dive versus dive. How do we play it? And right now, Purdue's playing it really well. They've been finding the turret out quickly, taking it down. Oh, the cart has eyeballs. Look at that. I haven't seen that yet. Poor leg. That's sweet. Oh, sorry. I don't know why it starts in third person. Like, if nobody wants to watch it third person, why did he do that? Okay. Ravenous Vortex, though, tries to keep the Chainless One grounded. Does so for a little bit. And look at this, the spot checking from MultiKel. They know the Sombra is lurking. They can hear the Uzi shots. A dive in the back line here for Cook. They have to save the Ravenous Vortex for that to make sure the Ninja doesn't get anywhere close to that back line. But no, as soon as MultiKel steps forward, Cook, who was lingering there, is able to step forward and get some eliminations. This is terrible for the defense. Oh, the dive. Dismantling the side of the Eagles. The wings plucked once again. Do or die moment here. The attack was a ferocious on Midtown from Purdue, so they feel very comfortable on these types of maps. Looking back at MultiKel again. Cooked extremely low. They have to finish that off. Into the back line goes the Ravenous Vortex, though, and maybe that's what they need to do. Take that back line down. There goes Parlay, and that keeps Cook from getting any heals. They go down. Krystal switching over to the Soju. There we go. A good adjustment here. Oh, the EMP? What? Online 24/7? No way, friend. Yikes. A desperation play there. He's going to want that one back. And there's that focus we were talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You want to keep your mental locked in, as Big Spence has so adequately or eloquently put it. You can't be letting an important and impactful ultimate like that just go willy-nilly. Krystal dangerously low. Nas to survive. The Isuzu gets expended to keep them up. The pummel gets deflected there. MultiKel going to have that Annihilation online. Let's see, Krystal not going to have their perk up just yet because they made that switch off of the Turbulent. So they need to get that one. The Suzu expended maybe prematurely. So we'll see. May getting the Icicle, the Thermal extended. MultiKel finding Cook, and now Moridin puts down the Blizzard. Can they jump out of a Chainless One? Frozen into step. But the backline just obliterated, just deleted there. Can Moridin go 1-1? No! He can. Spends his life for it. Now it is this MultiKel versus the world. The Nano Boost put onto the Raid Boss, and then one turned the other way. MultiKel getting one for himself. The purple end of sleep is good. Takes down the Raid Boss known as Brigitte. The Annihilation runs out of time, but it got two, and that's all she wrote. 1 minute on the clock. Oh, you gotta get Cook here. Oh, the deflection is good. The Ravenous Vortex, the dash, though, and the long-range shot. It's that perk, the extra nanobots that come out. That's why he's picking it. He needs to clean up these kills, and he's doing it. MultiKel with another. Okay, Biotic Bounce here picked up from the side of SpeedyRogue. I kind of like that. I mean, I think the sleep grogginess is a little underrated. I think it's actually really good. Oh, especially if you can hit it onto a Sombra like that. Another downpour there, and the Dragon Blade to boot. Let's see if he can get anything done with it. Does claim 2. The Vaulting Dash does get 1 as well. The Vaulting Leap, excuse me, and the Spike Guard cleans them up. Team kill here for Purdue with the waning seconds on the clock. They'll be able to ride this one home and get that extra time in the bank. An intelligent play there from Chainless One to make sure that there is no way for the side of Post to get back onto the point. Now they have the high ground here as well, using the architecture to the advantage. Well done from that. Let's just do a little perk check here. Okay, that is the one that allows the critical targets. It goes faster, right, from Jojo. Suzu, nice to cleanse the purple up. Purple, though, now on the side of Chainless One. They have to back up still. The backline harassed there from Cook. A great off angle there to keep the supports from not looking, and that makes the EMP go in. They know the Suzu is not available, and immediately Jojo goes down. MultiKel, the only one alive yet again, has to expend the Ravenous Vortex to lock people in place. Right at the last moment, the deflect is good, but not for long. MultiKel just doing his dangest to keep the point from moving, and there it is. The little googly eyes, they're smiling. And that's good cooldown and ability recognition from the side of Purdue. Knowing the Suzu has been expended to cleanse the purple, there's nothing to get rid of the EMP. They know it's free. They jump right in. They use it. It's a team fight winning ultimate. That time good from online 24/7. A sleep dart there. The purple in for the side of the hazard. He decides to jump right in, use the make it rain, or the downpour, excuse me. Now it's the annihilation again. The blizzard expended here. Don't use any more ultimates. No, they did. MultiKel using the annihilation. Oh, and immediately it just goes away. An alt dump here from the Eagles. I mean, fortunately on the other side, not many ultimates, just the Dragon Blade, but it will have to be dry. No nano boost, not even close there from Philby. I think he just changed off of the... No, he didn't change off. Oh, and a good spot check there. Had to be good. Spending a lot of time on MultiKel, but it's always good. I like the tank's perspective. He's right in the thick of the action. The Ravenous Vortex knocks down Cook, and he can't get even close to the point. There goes the Dragon Blade, not being able to use in this engagement. 30 seconds left here for Purdue to make it 3.2. Oh, Krystal. Could have been a hero there, or heroine. A pick now with the Pulse Rifle would pay massive dividends. The alarm sounds are blaring. Few more minutes, and I love the way MultiKel is chasing this Sombra around. The Kitsune is guiding us, hopefully, to victory. It's expended. The EMP not close, and it's online 24/7. Gets a pummel, maybe not even meaning to, right to the face. Cook is good. He's slicing his way, but it is Chainless One who's getting the brunt of the focus fire. The Jagged Rock expended here to go down. Both of the members, the most impactful ones at that, and it is Cook. Cleans up. For the side of Post, I guess you breathe a little bit of sigh of relief knowing the rally is expended. The overtime wick goes, but they cap point number 2, a minute 30 on the clock now here for Purdue. Take the angle here of Speedy, who's just been harassed time and time again. I mean, oh, it's go time here. It's the overclock and a nice sleep dart there, but healed up has to be MultiKel. He puts the barrier down, but the dive jumps right through him. SpeedyRogue gets a little bit of revenge for his tank, but the healing has to be better. SpeedyRogue, he's just being pummeled into the dirt here. The spiky guard once again. That dive, it's like hitting a go button. Yo, Dinesh. Or is it Danish? Danish. Big Krystal fan and Moridin fan. All right, welcome to the chat. Dane. That's PS Hunter. What's up? Another downpour here. Get your umbrellas out, folks. Does lock down MultiKel and the EMP to keep him even further. The leaf as well. Slicing and dicing now. The nano and the annihilation here. He's got to find some kills with it. He's looking for the Ana. She just gives herself up into that one. In the backline, Cook goes. He's trying to keep the supports occupied. A sigh of relief here. Exhaled. Oh, the staggers could be huge. Still a lot of work left to do. Another Ravenous Vortex. The Ramatra, the 24/7. Vaulting Leap going in, has to touch support to get the overtime wick burning, but frozen into place by Snowball and the Blizzard. Now they're looking for the Ana. The pummel is good, but we're looking at Cook here. He's going to be slicing his way through. Now Parlay, the last remaining member, they get taken down. The overtime wick is going. Cook trying to deflect those pummels, but he doesn't even care. Punch after punch after punch. One Punch Man called Satama. And there it is. Just online 24/7. The Ravenous Vortex blown up in his face. The Chainless One cannot touch. And there, the cart will remain. It's very challenging to get this one over the finish line. But you would say a push this far could win you the match. Remember, folks, this is do or die, the final map here in our best of 5, first of 3 series between Post and Purdue. Whew. Stabilizing right there at the end. Was Post University. I mean, they were using that win condition of Annihilation Nano Boost. Was good for them. They've been really good at spot checking online 24/7. And that's what you need to do. You have to find out where that Sombra is, keep her away. Just poke her. When Sombras get scared, when they take a couple bits of damage, like, oh no, I'm not invisible, I can't do anything, and they run away, right? So if you just find them, spot check them, check your corners, put out your spam damage, you can really keep them down. Cook here, switching over to the Venture. I mean, I really like Venture on this map. You have to be careful yourself that you don't, drill dash off the edge or anything like that. But you can get other people off, and that's, an easy 0 to 100, 100 to 0 kill.
4, 3, 2, 1.
See, we can see the Venture hiding right behind that box there. There's the spot checking, the spy checking there from online 24/7. Now they know the Venture's on the board. They saw him drilling away. They see online 24/7 on the Cowboy. Chainless One switching over to the leader of Null Sector. We saw him on that once, but he got dipped on that one. The nice wall there to keep him in a icicle and a fist. And there they go. Member after member from the Boilermakers go down. Cook, though, onto the back line. We know what they can do. They don't need the rest of the team to support them. Takes 3 members of Post to bring down the Archaeologist. They finally do. The cart is rolling now. But that is valuable time bought there by Cook. The cart could have definitely been up a farther way if he wasn't there getting the back line down. They find the turret once again, and this is a tried and true combination. Ravenous Vortex into the back, slows you up, puts a little bit of damage. Now I go for the pummel to confuse you and make sure you're under duress there. A nice shield there, another Ravenous Vortex. They are comboing the wall to great perfection, but it's Moridin. He spends his life for it. They got to get online 24/7 down. Can't be online every day or all night long. Got to do homework at some point. The Annihilation really decide to let it fly. Not going for it yet. They're going to wait for maybe the Nano Boost here. Oh, no Nano Boost. Excuse me. Jojo on the Kiriko. And SpeedyRogue on the Juno. There's the pummel. Ravenous Vortex. Oh, if you pop it now, you'd be a madman to do so. Okay. We know how close this choke is in terms of pushing it across the line. Cook playing with the health pack there. Uh-oh. Blocked off. Krystal does get somebody with the Molten Core, but a little miscommunication there blocks off the exit of their own DPS. Moridin has to just fall under the might of the Chainless One. Krystal might have want that Molten Core back for this next engagement. Yes, Big Spence. Gotta tell him it's time to send them home. Go back to Illinois. Krystal able to put the turret down in an effective spot here. As Ravenous Vortex, some of the perks are going to start to come online here for both of these squads. It could be the difference maker. The Blizzard Cook getting extremely low, but we know how shifty they can be. No one able to find them. They go to the side of Parlay, and there is the Annihilation expended on both sides. The Orbital Ray, and the Nano Boost, the Tectonic Shock. Torpedoes get a double kill. Holy moly. There's everything, and the kitchen sink just being tossed out here, and it has to be with the tournament hopes on the line. An emphatic push, a hefty push, a one final shove, and there it goes. Over the point. And more time in the bank here for Post University. So 6 doesn't. Alright, there we go. I mean, the pummel and Kitsune Rush, I always love it. I mean, you're just like pop, 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 going. There's the Suzu expended, though, to keep Moridin alive. Not able to cleanse the purple that now has befalled MultiKel. They're okay with that from now. The headshots from Cook up on that high ground. That's what I'm talking about, utilizing that architecture. It's like paintball. You can just kind of pop, weaving in and out those drill bits. Doing some massive work, and that push is going nowhere for other. All right, so the perk picked up here from the side of Cook. And then, he's going to get the extra drill dash shielding from his abilities. Okay, I always go for the extended range on Venture for moments like this. The Ravenous Vortex tries to keep him under, but underground is exactly where he wants to be. Couldn't get back up to the high ground that time. MultiKel looking for an unsuspecting victim. The Blizzard now waiting in the wings here for the side of Moridin. Chainless one, he's all by his lonesome. He can get focus fired down. He has to back off, uses the block here. The Rally and the Deadeye expended can lock some folks into place. On line 24/7, he stays maybe a little bit too long there inside the Blizzard. He gets taken down. But it doesn't matter here. There is the Annihilation once again popped. It's a desperation one. The Nano Boost has to be expended to keep the tank alive. Chainless one here just taking a brunt of the damage. The backline now being cooked by the chef on the Venture. He's going to be burned. He's going to be looking for someone, the Ravenous Vortex, to keep him under, but the drill dash to get him to safety. This guy is all over the place. Oh, so they need to regroup now. They need to come in as 5. No ultimates on the bank here for Post. They are in a dire situation, ladies and gentlemen. Moridin, he's got the sunglasses. I like it. Trying to take this little angle up here on the high ground. It's a battle between the range. And I like the way that Purdue's using the high ground. Now the Annihilation goes in, the Ravenous Vortex to keep him under the wall to block him up, but it's a Tectonic Shock in the backline. Could be massive, and it is sandwiched between 2 ultimates. Is Post University. Oof, the pincer movements have been coming in clutch for Purdue all series long. That one, almost the statement fight win here for the Boilermakers. Maybe one more push. 2 at max if they're quick about it. There's the Kitsune Rush to kind of move into the battle here. Extends all the way down this line, and there it is. Just overrun is the Chainless one. Painted in purple, though, is the backline. They have to be careful. Jojo does go down, so it's up to SpeedyRogue to keep the team alive. Once again, Cook, he is just playing with them back here. Oh, he doesn't even care if he sacrifices himself as he's still alive. It's going to be an overtime push here, folks, for the side of the Eagles. Cook, once again, just doing every single thing. I mean, that kill might not seem like much, but it is huge to take SpeedyRogue out of the fight. That means you're going to be late to this party, and that Orbital Ray, which is a fight winner. There it is. We hear it in the back line, and immediately the Ravenous Vortex in. The Deadeye, though, he doesn't get it off as the Annihilation comes through. Philby misses the Sleep Dart and overrun once again. A stampede from the Eagles. Cook just sacrifices him life. A hefty spend here from Post, but they keep their tournament dreams alive. Yo, chat, you can beat me up about that name all day long. That's whack. It's a whack Moridin. Denny's told me how to say it like 15 times. I still can't get it right. I would say maybe there might be time for an economical push here for Post University. That's not going to do it, though. Krystal very close to the overclock. They're going to want to save that for the next fight. This is about getting as much damage in as you can to get some of those ult charge. MultiKel, they can't get staggered at here. That's fine. They'll take that, a little bit of extra ult charge, getting at least one support ult. But folks, if we look at the top right, Cook, Chainless One, Parlay, they all have their ultimates online. It's going to be really difficult for Post to find their way into this one. They're confused about which way to go. How do we want to get onto this point? But maybe it's going to be a desperation touch here. Onto the high ground they go. Maybe they can pick somebody off here. They see online. They see Chainless One. Oh, he has to expend it. The rally is forced out here. The speeders do come through. The Ravenous Vortex to lock the rally in. They're getting Parlay down. Just one more hit will do it. That's a huge bulk of the healing gone. The Annihilation, though. The Tectonic Shock. They're running for cover here. Have to go behind the shield, and they do. The Deadeye is being tossed into the back line, though. Walled off nicely by Moridin, but the Tectonic Shock even better. And it's Purdue. In the waning moments of the match, the overtime wick goes. The team kill banner. And there the cart will stop. GG's in chat all around. What a series, folks. Purdue take it 3-2.
Play of the game.
My goodness. I mean, a well-deserved play of the game here for MultiKel. Taking down everybody of the opposition. But just not enough to get it done. Unfortunately, our Eagles fall. A super fun series it was, ladies and gentlemen. Chat, I thank you for joining us here for this Sweet 16 playoff match in the ECAC. But I know our Eagles fell today, but they could soar tomorrow. There is more post-esports action left to play this week, and I believe next week as well, as we have teams advancing throughout all of these different leagues and tournaments. Our Overwatch team is not done yet. They will be playing in the NECC next week in the semifinals. Denny will definitely post in the Discord, so if you're not in the Discord, find us there. Whoops, always got to change back to the intro screen. Hello. Right here is our Discord. And our Twitch channels as well. So find us there so you can tune in for the NECC match we have going on. Reminder, Marvel Rivals, if you love that game, tomorrow, CACC finals between Wilmington University and Post University. We'll see you there for that one. Folks, I'm HDPhilly B. Until next time, peace.